Hello class, today I'm going to show you how to use the advanced search features on OneSearch and Gale Virtual Reference Library, or GVRL. And the techniques you learn in this lesson will apply to virtually all the other library databases you encounter. To access the advanced search feature in OneSearch from the library's homepage, click on the large OneSearch icon. That will direct you to another OneSearch page where you can then click on the advanced search link. Now that we're at the advanced search page, let's explore some of the features and start at the top. One difference between this and the basic search option that you're already familiar with is that this page contains multiple fields. Using the drop-down menu to the right, you can see that searches can be limited by focusing on the title or author or subject, etc. And here's a great perk. You can simultaneously use the limiters in those fields and Boolean operators. You learned about those in your database search tips and tricks assignment to further refine your search. The search modes and expanders at the bottom of the page are in their default settings, and it's unlikely that you'll need to adjust any of those. So let's just look at the rest of the page. In the top left, there's a limiter that you've seen before, limit to books and videos on library shelves. Other limiters on this page that will likely be useful to you are peer-reviewed. It's great if you need to find peer-reviewed articles, location, if you want to search for material at a particular campus, and image quick view types, where you can find resources that include any of these image types. On this page, you can also limit to author, title, or adjust the language in which an item was published. If you happen to know the specific name of a journal you're interested in viewing, you could also search for that title. For example, if you're part of ARC's paramedic program, you might be interested in viewing one of the trade journals for that discipline that the library subscribes to. In this case, that journal is called the Emergency Medical Services, or EMS, magazine. You can also limit your search to a specific date range. So let's practice running an advanced search. In this example, I searched for cardinals, curious to see what kind of information I could find about that bird, and use the Boolean operator not, as well as the word football to eliminate this sports organization. But if you look closely, you'll see that I'm getting results for material that are not at all related to birds, like this third one, this biography for Cardinal Joseph Bernardin. So after a quick review of an encyclopedia reference resource, I discovered that cardinals are also referred to as finches. So I'm going to add the word finch with an asterisk to include the plural form finches. Now, instead of having results with biographies of religious leaders, my search has been limited to items that include the word cardinals and finch or finches. Although you can still see that I ended up with odd results in that one of them includes the character Atticus Finch from the novel To Kill a Mockingbird, and an examination of the cardinal values, also known as the four values: justice, prudence, temperance, and courage. But in spite of the fact that some of those results are not related to my topic, I have whittled my list down from more than 334,000 to 532 results. Let's move on to the advanced search feature in GVRL. You'll see that it's in a slightly different spot than OneSearch, and that's something you'll find to be true with many of the other library databases, but it would typically be found hovering around the basic search box, as it is in this case. It's just to the right of the search bar. And now let's get an overview of what GVRL's advanced search offers. Just like OneSearch, it provides multiple search fields, but one very important feature that I want to draw your attention to is how these fields are already populated. The first one is set to keyword, which we'd expect, but the second one is set to document title, and the third is set to entire document. If you want to run a general keyword search, which is to run a simultaneous search for words within the title, summary, and text of the article, make sure you reset each of these fields to keyword. On the left, you can also see the same Boolean operators that you had in OneSearch. On this page, you have the option of selecting documents that include images, and you can adjust the year or years of publication. You can also select the subject you want to have material drawn from. For example, if you select history, all the results will be drawn from history-based resources. You can also adjust for audience, which will limit the results returned to the categories listed in this drop-down menu. It's also important to note that the more limits you put in place, the fewer results your search will return. So let's look at a sample. Here I'm using the same keyword and phrases I used in one search. I started with cardinals and then added the word Finch with an asterisk, and then adjusted the Boolean operator to no and added football. And here are my results. 2 items returned. By looking at the titles and reviewing the brief abstract, it appears as though both of them reflect my search results. I also want to point out that it is possible to use Boolean operators while conducting a basic search. One of the benefits of using the advanced search operator instead, when you're manipulating the Boolean operators, is that it's visually easier to manage the adjustments being made. The advanced search feature offers researchers more control when creating a refined search. The advanced search feature certainly has its advantages, one being that multiple fields can be searched for simultaneously using multiple search terms, but it's also important to remember that adding multiple limiters to a search will reduce the number of results significantly.